All right. Let's start
We'll
with
figure something out.
this person.
It's okay. I'll think of something.
You said Synthetic Insights would buy me. You said it was an easy sale.
I assumed they would want an AI tech. Hello. Can I help you with something?
Have you made this Quarian your slave?
We prefer the term indentured servants. Before you do anything hasty, know that this Quarian signed the agreement voluntarily, and her servitude contract is completely legal on Ilium. If you actually want to help the Quarian, convince the Synthetic Insights representative to purchase her contract.
You know, this actually reminds me of that quest in Dragon Age 2 where you're with Fenris and you went to go find those people who did him wrong, and you find this girl, and she's looking for a way to kind of survive, and so you offer to have her work for you at your house, and Fenris is like, thinks that you're trying to get a slave, and you tell him, no, I just offered her a job. I'm gonna pay her, like to help, be a servant at the house, and he's like, oh, that's a good thing. I apologize. That's kind of what this reminds me of, because you could call this legal slavery, but at the same time, the Quarian, chose to sign it because she's basically looking for a job. And the fact that she's like, you're an AI expert, so of course they would want a expert in that regard. So you could look at this as more so that she's trying to get a job as opposed to legal slavery. But
So slavery is legal on Ilium?
Indentured servitude lasts a set amount of time or until agreed upon conditions are met. Ilium must approve all contracts. The law limits what restraint or corrective options I can use and what tasks I can legally assign her. I'm also legally responsible for her behavior and health. Abuse is absolutely forbidden.
What if I bought her myself? I could let her go and everyone would be happy.
A gallant offer with 3 problems. First, her technical skill merits a contract of several 100,000 credits.
There's also a fee for freeing me before my service period ends.
Exactly. And finally, you are clearly a traveler. Her service contract requires that she remain on Ilium.
I don't want them to take me off to a mine somewhere.
I'll talk to the Synthetic Insights rep and see what I can do.
Really? Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
You deserve somebody who respects you.
Can I help you with something?
How would you like to get your hands on an expert Quarian AI programmer?
If you'd like to submit a resume, Wait. Is this that slave? Synthetic Insights has no interest in purchasing slave labor. We're under enough scrutiny from the Citadel without engaging in practices the Council disapproves of. To be frank, we're hardly hiring anyone. The Geth attack on the Citadel didn't engender much love for artificial intelligence.
you're prejudiced.
I see what's going on here. This isn't about slaves. You just don't want to hire a Quarian.
What? But...
Is it because you don't want to feed them? Or do you just not like the suits?
Synthetic Insights has a strict non-discrimination policy. We don't just hire indentured servants.
Maybe I'll take this to Ilium's Trade Bureau, just to be sure.
Wait, let's not do anything crazy. We don't want to waste the Bureau's time. Okay, fine. I'll go draw up a contract. Just leave Ilium's bureaucracy out of it. This Quarian had better be good, though.
Synthetic Insights just sent over the contract. I cannot thank you enough.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for her.
Regardless, a kindness to her is mine to repay. Here, for your trouble. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get this service contract transferred.
Thank you. I'll stay out of trouble this time.
Welcome to Eternity. I am Athena, Asari Matriarch and bartender. What can I get you?
You're an Asari Matriarch? I thought Matriarchs served as honored advisors.
Right. Which I do here at this bar. I know. Not what you'd expect. But nobody on Thessia wanted to listen to my wise counsel, so here I am. Dad was a Krogan who fought in the Rachni Wars. My mother fought in the Krogan rebellions. I've pretty much seen it all.
Remember, that makes Liara quarter Krogan. Just kind of pointing that out.
You said your father fought in the Rachni Wars.
Yeah, when he was young. Loved showing off his war scars. Krogan think they're sexy. Me, I go for asses. I was a girl, he'd tell me about landing on this poison-filled world and stomping a Rachni queen into muck. Scientists say all that stuff about us getting genetic material from the father is crap. Seems like I got a bit of his mouth, though.
And I think as Liara kind of grew older from the sweet, innocent girl we met in 1 to the, well, I guess badass, I can say, by the time we get to, number 3. But then again, when we do the Shadow Broker DLC, you'll see how much Liara has grown as, as a person, becoming more confident and such, since we met her in Mass Effect 1.
Thanks for telling me about that.
That's what I'm here for, babe. Get you anything else?
I'd like something to drink.
Sure. I'll set up a tab at the drink kiosk. Knock yourself out. Literally, if you want. Just don't drink anything for Turians or Quarians. Does nasty things to your insides. Once saw Krogan drink a liquefied Turian on a dare 6 or 7 centuries back. Nobody came out of that one looking pretty.
Thanks for setting up the drinks.
Right. Don't eat the nuts in the Red Bowls. They're for Turians and Quarians. You'll get cramps.
Yeah, I'll just leave that little party alone for the time being. Alright, so let's head over to the other little
in the form of a
dock
rare
area.
Justicar calling herself Samara. Samara denied our request for an interview.
If this is the best you have, I'll make do.
I bought a couple of upgrades over there at the kiosk. I'm gonna hold off on the others until later. Ah! That little jump it does whenever I go through that doorway when it loads is can be a little
Listen,
annoying.
I know the data is vital to the Kurosa family. Nasana Dantius didn't give us time to pack. I'm lucky I got out at all. Her mercenaries were starting to shoot. If she lets us back in, I'll get it, I promise. If not, well, we'll just have to hope. Excuse me, I'm on an important call.
Alright, so I picked up that little bit of info, and we'll talk to him later. That's right, this is where I go to do the, Thane quest, so we'll hold off on that for the moment.
Navacorp has been implicated in a massive financial scandal with authorities investigating a number of trading irregularities. Navacorp executives...
Trust me, the goods coming in from the Terminus systems are great for business. I don't know, some of them seem dangerous. That's the whole point. Danger means more contract work for us.
So here's another little carryover from the first game. So, you remember the planet where the Thorian was? And remember the Asari that was there, that was freed once we defeated the Thorian? Well, because we, dealt with her,
No,
this
she won't
colonist
even
shows
talk
up
to
in
me.
her place.
You're Shepard. I don't know if you remember me. I was a colonist at Zoo's Hope on Pharos. You saved us from that enormous Geth attack, and from the Thorian creature's control. Too many people died in the fighting for us to save the colony. It's still better than being a slave to the Thorian, though.
Yeah, how are the people considering that I killed a whole bunch of them?
Where did the survivors go after Zoo's Hope shut down?
Most of us stayed together and went back to Earth. Run down, but familiar. We needed familiar faces. Exogeny pretty much left us alone. They just left with every bit of Thorian goop they could find.
What brings you to Ilium?
We've had health trouble, probably because of how the Thorian controlled us. We got a deal on some medical tests from a colonial survey group. But the contract had fine print that lets them perform more invasive procedures without our consent. I've talked to the representative, but she won't listen. I think she has a problem with humans.
Huh.
Tell me more about the contract you signed to have these scans done.
Barria Frontiers offered to do medical scans for next to nothing. Said they'd just use anything interesting they found in us. But there's a line we missed about how if they find something, they can do follow-up procedures as they see fit, without our consent.
They can't actually force these procedures upon you.
This is Ilium. They have contracts for just about everything you can imagine. If we don't take the tests, they'll declare us in breach of contract. We can't afford the legal fees they could hit us with.
What kind of health problems did the colonists have?
We get these headaches, like we did when the Thorian was controlling us, and muscle twitches, nerve damage maybe. And sometimes we can feel each other. I can tell when someone nearby is in pain.
I'll talk to the survey group.
Really? Thanks. The sales rep is at the Barria Frontiers kiosk.
Before we do that, let's go this direction.
I'm telling you, relax. Vax will never notice a few missing pieces. No, I can't get in. Because it's a crime scene. It's all locked down. Eclipse mercs, some Justicar, I don't know. Nobody is ever going to see the extra merchandise. Which is why we're going to be rich.
We'll see about that.
You're sure gateway weapons and armor are good enough for Eclipse?
Yeah, I've got a friend in Eclipse. She told me what I needed to get.
These
good.
two over here.
I'm pretty good at...
The store's over there. And don't get cute. The whole place is monitored.
There's gotta be a way to get a discount over here, right?
Oh, blue rose of Ilium. Let your roots dig deep into the hot soil of Tuchanka. Let our scorching sun and sheeting rain turn your supple beauty into strength. For if our love is to survive, it must grow thorns to pierce the hand of any that would uproot it.
I'm sorry, is Morden just kind of like, oh gosh, this sounds terrible? You guys know this couple, right? These two? Yeah, what we do here does affect whether or not they end up together in Mass Effect.
What do you want? Sorry, that damn Krogan's love poems are getting on my nerves.
The Krogan is reading those love poems to get your attention?
His name is Char. We're kind of dating, but, well, we're on a break. And he's trying to show me how sensitive he is by, well, wooing me. It's really bad.
Let our scorching sun and sheeting
It doesn't seem common for Asari to date Krogan. What brought you two together?
He's a fun guy, really smart, especially for a Krogan. And he's got a good job as a transport technician. It's fun to join a mercenary guild or dance at bars for a few centuries, but eventually you hit the matron stage, you know? Then you get your back tattoo removed, let your scalp go back to its natural blue, and settle down with someone dependable.
Why are the two of you on a break?
He's serious. Serious, as in talking about kids. Char is a great guy to date, but for something permanent... Krogans live long lives. It's not like dating a human where you just stick it out for a century till they die. No offense. It made me wonder if he really likes me. Or if he just wants kids. He can't have them any other way, you know. Because of the genophage.
Huh. I'm pretty sure a Krogan, not just, you know, that's only interested in just kids, would not be putting himself out like this in public, shouting love poems to her.
That sounds like a question you should ask him.
I did. I don't think he realized that our kids would always have been Asari. Non-Asari don't always get that we're not taking alien DNA, we're just using it to randomize some of the genetic information. Anyway, Char was quiet for a long time. Then he said that he'd love our girls no matter what color they were.
I am speechless.
And this does come into play in terms of certain...
And I stand here.
You need to talk to your boyfriend.
If you guys saw
He's just
my
going to
original
keep
run,
shouting
you know.
poetry until you do.
I know, but it's tough. I like him a lot. Hell, I love him. But I don't know if he's permanent Bond material.
Let our three hearts beat
I could either say, you should take him back, or get rid of him. Oh my. And, you know, the difference is actually very minor. Obviously, depending on what I choose here, it determines whether or not they end up together. But regardless, when we find his body on that mission in Mass Effect 3 involving the Arachni, we still find that message he leaves behind specifically for her. It's a little different, though, depending on whether or not these two actually ended up together. And, of course, the dialogue that she has on the Citadel is also different, because she'll obviously she'll refer to him as her husband, as opposed to if they don't end up together, she may just talk about him kind of in general, or the Krogan in general.
Listen, he's a Krogan. Any talk about kids is gonna mess him up.
I know. You can't talk to Krogan about the genophage. They get so angry.
If you settle down with him, you'll spend the rest of your life wondering if he was after you or kids.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I needed to hear somebody else say it. I'm going to talk to him. Here, I've given you a discount at the terminal. Thanks for the help.
Not my normal choice, but this is a Renegade run. Alright, another model. No fish. No fish.
What about...
The store's over there. And don't get cute. The whole place is monitored.
What do I do to get her to give me that?
What about a fish? She loves the garden. We could add a pond.
She doesn't need a fish, Dad.
Alright, let's get to work on this hacking. I do think it's rather sweet, the quest involving those two in 3. It's very sad when you find out what happens to Char, but it is...
Maybe a shirt.
Oh,
or
I gotta
car.
go this way.
It's just... we're looking for weapons. Shouldn't we be taking this seriously?
For example, you know that new drug, the one that causes permanent neural scarring?
That's horrible.
There's a 12-page contract for shipping, then a waiver for you.
Another one.
I charge for 50 hours, plus overtime.
50 hours plus overtime. My gosh.
You can sell something that dangerous with just a contract and a waiver?
These are the Terminus systems. Everything's dangerous, and everything's for sale. Either we tax and monitor it.
Alright, so while we're over here, let's go ahead and talk to Irenia over here.
I saw your conversation, human. You're here to complain about the medical contracts those colonists from Pharaoh signed. I suggest you leave. Your life is short enough. Do not waste what time you have bothering me.
What's your problem with humans?
Not just humans, it's all of you. The Solarians and Turians are no better. The galaxy would be a better place if nobody but the Asari had ever dragged themselves out of the primordial muck.
Why are you so prejudiced against aliens?
Where do I begin? With Solarian explorers unleashing the Rachni upon us, then unleashing the Krogan to correct their mistake? Or the Turians, so eager to bomb every problem away? Or humans, the new arrivals who already think they should be in charge? Every war that has plagued this galaxy has been caused by your people. My people's deaths are on your hands.
Whose deaths are we talking about exactly?
The mother of my daughters was killed on the Quarian homeworld during the initial Geth uprising. My daughters died on the Citadel when the Geth attacked. One worked in the embassy. The other was a greeter for the consort.
I met her.
I'm not speaking in hypotheticals, human. The aliens will never be my allies. The best they can do is give me useful medical data.
Your bondmate was with the Quarians. Your daughters work with aliens every day at the embassy and the consort.
And look what happened to them!
You've suffered, I get that. But these colonists were trying to live peacefully. They've suffered too. They lost family to the Geth and the Thorian creature. Don't add to their anguish.
Sending an amended contract. No more tests, no fees. There's enough grief in this galaxy. I don't need to add to it.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I can go to other systems now. I forgot about that little kiosk there.
Did you get the star charts?
Yeah. I had to deal with Arinya, though. I feel like I need a shower.
What do you expect? She's a pureblood. They're all like that.
I just received the revised contracts. Thank you, Shepard. I don't know what we would have done without you.
Alright. There should be one more place to hack. Want to take care of that before we do either Thane or Samara's mission.
All the dangers are right there on the package. It's legally required. Who reads labels, though? So consider it a way to weed out the people too stupid to know their limits.
Manasari irritate me sometimes.
Her first mate. Your father?
Shepard, this is Liara. I've got the data.
Not a fish. Something that'll last. Eclipse might be fun for you.
The store's over there. And don't get cute. The whole place is monitored.
Sometimes you say these things.
I'm trying to remember what it...
Maybe it's because you had a Batarian father.
Believe how lovely your scalp looks. Mine is so gangly and asymmetrical. Want to know a secret? I had it done a few years back.
Again, a lot of conversations between these Asari about who their parents were. About whether or not they were purebloods or whether or not they had someone else as their father. Whether it be a Krogan, or in that one's case a Batarian.
Our annual list of Ilium's 10 richest people. Are the heavens still bright Asari blue? Or have
Hey, Liara.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. Thank you for getting me that system data. Here, it's not much, but hopefully it will help you on your mission. Do you remember the Shadow Broker? With the data you got me, I may be able to find information caches from his agents.
Wait a minute. Are you working for the Shadow Broker?
No. Actually, I'm planning to kill him. We crossed paths not long after you died. Since then, I've been working to take him down. With this data, I'm a step closer.
Huh.
I've never seen you ready to execute someone in cold blood. What did the Shadow Broker do to you?
I was on a job with a friend. The Shadow Broker's people caught us. My friend didn't escape. I don't know if he's dead or being interrogated. But I need to find him. I owe him my life. And I need to make the Shadow Broker pay for what he did.
You've spent 2 years of your life hunting the Shadow Broker? Liara, that's insane.
You don't know what he did. You couldn't. You were gone. And we all did what we had to do after that. Let's not argue. I don't have enough friends left to lose one. Did you need help finding anything?
How's your own work going?
The data you gave me was extremely helpful. It gave me a target. The Shadow Broker has several contacts here on Ilium. The most powerful is someone called the Observer. Taking down the Observer will put me closer to the Shadow Broker. I could use your help.
Note the particular Asari standing behind me.
Tell me what I can do to help.
Your data pointed me at logs kept by Shadow Broker agents. The logs were deleted, but it may be possible to reconstruct some of it. The Shadow Broker is cautious. His agents are referred to only by their title and race.
My inquiries have narrowed the Observer down to one of 5 operatives. A Turian, a Salarian, a Krogan, a Batarian, and a Vorcha.
If you can refine the list, I'll know where to strike.
Let me go talk to these people. I'll get the name you need.
This is a delicate operation, Shepard. If you shake down one agent, the others will go to ground, and my chance will be lost.
Liara is right. We need to get enough evidence to strike, and we need it soon.
I'm more than capable of handling the violence, Shepard. I need your help gathering the data.
I'll reconstruct the data and tell you what I find.
Thank you, Shepard. When you find something, call me on the radio channel.
Alright.
Ilium Entertainment would like to respond to complaints about our upcoming film, Blasto the Jellyfish Stings. The
More
Hanar
hacking.
Information Association claims that our portrayal of Blasto insults Hanar society.
I'll tell you what though, I much rather prefer this version of hacking compared to what it was like back in Mass Effect 1.
Which puts the Hanar in a lead role in the growing importance
That
of these respected
was...
galactic citizens.
yeah.
We hope that you, the viewer, will decide whether we have done Blasto justice. Allow you to decide. All first-day purchases
You will decide if we've done Blasto justice. I'm telling you, I think they went the wrong direction with a Hanar Spectre. Now an Elcor Spectre. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine how fun that would have been to see? I'm just saying. I mean, who doesn't love Elcor? They are just so lovable.
How can you short
I remember how this works. You hack all 5 of them, and then you find out, oh, it's none of these people.
Tired of training employees only to lose them to your competitors?
Alright, I need to now...
plants dry up. Just watch.
This way, right? I believe the other hack terminals were near the bar.
Alright.
Yeah, there's one over here, right?
Let's do it.
Alright, I'll come back for those
Excellent.
later.
So the total comes to 116,420 credits.
Oh, of course. I just need to make a call. I should, check the warranty first.
Another
Alright,
difficult
the last one I
development
believe
for
is
human
near
expansion
the
as
bar.
the colony on Horizon has been attacked. The Council is planning. Investors in prefabricated complexes are rejoicing, however. Building plans have spiked shares industry-wide.
There it is. There we go. Interesting.
Did you get any information on the Observer?
All 5 of the suspects are male. The Observer is female. Something's not right. Who gave you this lead?
My assistant, Nixeris. She got the information. Nixeris gave me the information. Nixeris, could I see you in here for a moment? Shepard, I'll talk to you later.
I like how she repeats herself, realizing that it's her. And then just casually, could I see you in here for a moment? Though I do feel like the voice actors could have done that a little better. Like we are really changing the tone of her voice to really try and hide what
I'm
she's
looking
about
for
to
the
do.
best tech upgrades you have.
Of course, I can help you.
And then we come back and it's like, oh yeah, she's gone now.
Time for your solid waste excretions.
He's got a lover in every port.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. Nixeris had some interesting data hidden away. Thank you, Shepard. I wouldn't have caught her without you. I'm one step closer to the Shadow Broker thanks to you. Here. Nixeris was very well compensated. You need it more than I do.
Did you have any trouble with Nixeris?
She was very talented. I imagine that had she been ordered to assassinate me, I had never seen her coming. But her barriers needed practice. Practice I'm afraid she won't be getting.
What's the next step in your hunt?
Now I gather information, peel away layers of lies, and shine light into the shadows. And when I find the Shadow Broker, I hit him with a biotic field so strong that what's left of his body will fit into a coffee cup.
Let me know if you need any more help.
Thank you. I will. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
By the way, speaking of the shuttle broker, I have some info that I could have given you before, but I decided to hold off because...
How's your own work going?
I'm still waiting. Still hunting. The Shadow Broker can't hide forever. Even with Nyxeris dead, it could be years before I track the Shadow Broker down. But someday he'll slip up. And I'll be there.
I'll talk to you later, Liara.
I'm not gonna give it to her now, because I don't want to trigger that yet. How about that? 5,000 credits.
You're not using biotics to touch things up, are you? Actually, I just...
Alright, so... Alright, so we pretty much have done a lot of the side stuff without doing the 2 main missions. So when we come back, we'll probably go after... I like the Thane mission more than the Samara mission. Plus, I like Thane more than Samara. So we'll probably be going after Thane when we come back. Stay tuned.